Hi guys, welcome to day 3 or part 3 or video 3 of your new coach training. Today I'm talking about time management. How do you come up with a schedule for yourself to start your business, to work your business? This is something we all struggle with, you guys. I struggled with this for so long, and it still is something I constantly have to reevaluate and always gut check myself as time goes on. Be like, am I really, doing this the right way, and could I do this better? And just kind of listening to the feedback from my spouse and from myself, how I'm feeling in my business, and understanding that maybe I need to tweak some things. So understand that it is so not something you have to have perfectly down right out the gate, because you never will, you guys. It's always going to be a work in progress, but I promise you, you will develop some sort of a system as time goes on. In the beginning, you kind of might have to try out some things and see what works for you until you kind of get a rhythm with yourself and get more disciplined with it. All right, so like I talked about in the video before about the 4 vital behaviors, if you aren't a morning person, I strongly suggest you become one. Because I can just tell you, you guys, even we all struggle with getting up. We just do. It's a habit. It's a habit to hit snooze and to sleep in and all these things, but it's a habit you can break. And it's a habit that if you do commit to breaking, I promise you, is going to serve you tenfold, okay? So like I said, for me, it became a no-brainer pretty quickly that my mornings had to be utilized, because it's the only time I'm alone. It's the only time, by the end of the day, I'm beat from nursing and I just want to come home and I relax. And that's my quality time with my spouse, something that I really had to make sure that I honored. And so I didn't want to be on my phone at night, and I didn't want to, work my business at night. That's not me at my best time, okay? Me and my most positive, energetic self is in the morning, after I've had tea and energize and all the things. But that's the time that I can fill my cup up, and that way I can go into the day with a fresh outlook, after reading my personal development, after doing my workout, and I can serve. I can be my best nurse, I can be the best coach I can be, and then I can give everything to Nate when I get home, as opposed to giving him half my attention, or being like, all right, bye babe, gotta go work my business, and so, but not everyone's the same. You might get home at a reasonable time and have a couple hours in the afternoon to work your business, and so you might just strictly get up, do your workout, go to work, and do your post for the day or something like that, and then you come home and you sit down and you work your business. But for me, it has to be the flip. Okay, so for me, I had to commit to mornings, and I think many of you, since a lot of you are nurses on this team, might find that that's something that you have to commit to. But it's the same thing even if you're working the night shift, or even if you're a mom, okay? So it's just a sacrifice that you have to make for the long-term goal, okay? And you'll find that you crave it, you love it, because it's something that becomes not only a hobby, but it's something that fills you up. It's something that you can utilize your passions, your creativity, stuff that you don't get to do at work every day. You get to be that. You get to put your boss pants on and just embody that in which you want to become, okay? So if you're a mom, or if you work the night shift, I get this question a lot. It's the same thing in reverse. You get up a little bit earlier than you have to get in, that personal development, or get out your invites. Eat that frog first, you guys, all right? So for me, my frog is inviting, okay? Is responding to messages and inviting, okay? Because I can't multitask, you guys. I cannot talk and text, or talk and respond to messages, or anything like that at the same time. I want to be focused, right? Because that's what's driving my business forward. If we are helping people and we're inviting them to this opportunity, we're driving our business forward, okay? We're planting the seeds for a thriving business by having, starting responding to messages, getting the information out there, So in the morning, this is what my typical routine looks like. Depending on what shift I'm working, I pretty much always, I'd say, get up at least an hour and a half before All right, that doesn't work. That's not a good explanation. So if I'm working 7:30 shift, all right, I have to be out the door by 7:05, and I sometimes push it. Again, I'm not perfect. But so that means that I need to fit in my 30-minute workout, and I want to have at least an hour to do my meditation, read a little bit, but mostly I spend a good 30 minutes, you guys, on responding to messages and sending out I send out on average 40 to 60 invites Monday through Friday. So a day, Monday through Friday. And that is something that I've been doing for the last like month or so. Before, it was like at least 10 invites. So if you're just starting out, you can start out with just 10 invites, that you've, especially with your warm market, with people people that already are following you. But as you want to grow a business, if you really want to grow a team, you're going to need to 10x that. Okay, so I gut checked myself a couple months ago and realized that I really have this huge goal to quit my job in October. I need to 10x what I'm doing. So no more 10, 20 invites. I have to send 50 or more, So obviously that is something that I'm doing because I have big goals. So like I said, it all comes down to what you want out of this, what your vision is. What do you want out of this business? If you are looking to just, earn your Shakeology, earn a couple $100s a month, then sending 10 invites a day is solid. That's fine, because you still have to do all the things. You still have to be a product of the product, and you still have to do your personal development, and your warm market will run out, so you still have to expand your network, but you don't have to have as much tenacity as someone who's really trying to grow a business, like a thriving, replace my full-time income and beyond business. And that is something that can always change, like you can always decide that you want more, or you can always decide that maybe you want less. I don't know why you would want that, but truth be told, the more that I grow, the more I crave growing, the more I crave growth. So just know that it's something you can always change, and it's always like just up to you. You are the CEO of your own business, the CEO of your own life. And that is what I really want you to just take by the reins and just own it, okay? So when I do every week, or even every month, is what I do is I go out and I map out my month. So there. So I have that we are starting prep week on the 3rd. I'm also starting my new coach series. So I like to put on all like my business stuff, and then I also go through and I put on my work schedule. Let's see. Having a moment. So I have my work schedule, like my letters on for my whole month in my planner. So that way when I'm going through each week, so every Sunday, one thing I like to do is sit down and I like to go through my week. And I like to, put down, like, I like to make my list of what are my goals for that day. Like, what are the things I have to get done? I always kind of put either my invites, check, like 50 to 60 invites, check. Whatever post I'm thinking I want to do for that day. So Monday I want to do a fitness post, so I do, I just put that. And I'll talk about social media in a later video, but like usually it's about one quality post per day, and anything else I do, it's extra. That's like it's extra. But what you really want to focus on is quality, not quantity, you guys. All right, so this isn't about needing to post 4 to 5 times a day. It's about getting one quality post out there with purpose, okay? So we're starting prep week. So I'm probably going to get out a quality fitness post tomorrow to do a last call about anybody who wants to join our group. Tuesday, Transformation Tuesday, whatever. I usually sometimes do even a lifestyle post on a Tuesday talking about even a non-scale victory. Like I said, a lot of my growth has been mental. So I might talk about like what coaching has done for me and how I've evolved with my confidence and all these things. So that might be what I talk about Tuesday. So a coaching breadcrumb post, okay, a lifestyle post. Wednesday, I might do like a shout out to one of my coaches, talking about this community, Woman Crush Wednesday, or Wellness Wednesday. So I can talk about, again, something, nutritionally related, or something about me and how I feel better, or just anything like that. The sky is really the limit, but it all kind of has to play around. Especially since I started this new coach series, I'm probably going to do a coaching breadcrumb post. So I'm probably going to, again, talk about the community, talk about us as, a sisterhood, because that's what I'm trying to build, is a sisterhood. And then Thursday, Throwback Thursday, again, you can do transformation. It really can do whatever you freaking want, but you have to put out something about you that is of quality and with purpose. So you want to always, you don't want to just throw up a post, like, make sure that something you're doing is quality. And then if you want to throw up something about you, or something fun or funny, like something that is of your vibe, that of your, like something of your specific, what makes you unique, like I like to talk about my dog sometimes, or talk about, like, I love photography in the countryside and things like that. So if I have a really pretty sunset picture that I'm dying to share, I might throw that up as an extra that day, of just shedding out some wisdom that I've learned from my PD that day, or doing like something, talking about confidence, because I'm really big on self-love and confidence. The other thing is I am a newlywed, so I might share a picture of my husband and I, and talk about newlywed life and things like that. So then stuff like that is extra, that is like, I wish I could come up with a word for it, like the sprinkles on top, but it's not the bread and butter. All right, so you need a bread and butter post every day, and that can come after your workout, and whatever you're feeling that day, how you're feeling, and how you're if you're starting out as a challenger, as a new coach, you're going to talk about, like, how you might have just done 10 push-ups for the first time when you've only ever done one. Or you might talk about the fact that it was the hardest workout of your life, but thank God you have a freaking community to lean on, and how you can't believe, like, how good you feel and how you got through that workout. And you can be like, by the way, you can do this too. Just kidding. You wouldn't say that. But, like, you can do like a call to action, or you can just share like that you feel, how you're feeling. And that is going to draw people in. They're going to be attracted to that, because you know what? There's another Sally out there that is watching that post, that has been putting off her workout all day, and she sees you doing it. She's going to be like, well, that one might be nice to have somebody holding me accountable. You know what I mean? So that's what I kind of do. I map out my month. So we've got prep week. I've got getting started right call this Wednesday. And we talk about my challenge group deadline is at the end of this week. Day 1, we start the 10th. I'm going to have a push to emerald call. We have all these coffee talks on Saturdays. So basically, any coaches that want to hop on and we chat. So I just map out my plan for the month, my marketing plan for the month. So I have prep week, day 1, and then I host a free group the second to last week of the month with you guys, new coaches. So that is where, so I know where my mind is at each week when I'm going into posting. So that way it also helps me create my schedule. So I know that this week I'm starting my, it's my last week going into my challenge group, getting people. So I'm going to be inviting a lot this week. Okay. So inviting's my priority. So if anything gets done, if I have to push off my PD to listen to it in the car and I can't read my book as much this week, I'm going to do it, because I need to make sure I'm getting in those solid invites before I leave, because I have big goals, all right? I want to get as many people into this group as possible, because I'm trying to change as many lives as possible, because I'm trying to, really find those other Amy's out there, because I want them with me, and I want them to help me build this tribe, okay? So that's why you are here, and that is, like, basically where my mindset comes from. So I set aside, my meditation takes about 3 to 5 minutes, and then I do I usually will watch a motivational video, or I'll spend another 10 minutes reading PD, and then I'll do a half hour of inviting, strictly just reach outs, which like I said in other videos, I go off of people who are new people following me, watching my stories, and comment and liking or commenting on my posts. That's who I invite, you guys. I don't reach out to cold people. I don't go, that aren't following me or anything like that. I strictly go off of the people that are in my warm market now. Okay, so I have pretty much exhausted, very quickly, I exhausted my warm market of friends and family and things like that. And I have found most of my success with the cold market, because, like I said, I don't have a big extended family, and people, I had a lot of judgy people in my life, that were already fitness oriented and things like that. So it's hard for them, to get those people attracted. They really have to watch and see, and that's fine. And I realized that early on, so I didn't, don't waste, time on people that are, just let them judge, let them watch on the sidelines, and they'll see you succeed. And that's pretty much like just the attitude that I adopted, and it's worked really, really well for me, because I have seen success, and I know ultimately those people, I know how they felt, and I know how lonely they were. I know like how that they were struggling, but sometimes, like I said, we are very stubborn as people, and I had to keep that in mind, that I was closed off in the beginning. So you just have to kind of always keep that perspective of putting yourself in their shoes. Okay, so that's kind of how I create my schedule, and then I get my workout done, and then I go to work. So in little pockets of time throughout the day is when I also get in the rest of that hour. So they say if you really want to grow a huge successful business, you're definitely going to need to put in that 1 to 2 hours, okay? And that is not in solid blocks of time, you guys. I can't think of any coach, unless they've eventually gone full time with coaching, that puts in a solid power hour every day, okay? Or a solid 2 hours of their business every day, like in blocks of time. And I just don't see that ever really working for me, so I don't want to preach that to you, because I just don't believe in it. Power pockets are really where it's at for me. So like I said, I have a solid power pocket in the morning, so it roughly is about 45 minutes, but that's mostly of like my business building activity of inviting. So I like to get my mindset done, because it's quiet and I'm alone, and I like to do that before I invite, so that I go into inviting, with, I've already kind of poured into myself, and I have a positive outlook, mindset. I've drinking some Energize. I'm awake. I'm ready to do this. And then my workout kind of fuels like my post for the day. Whatever I'm thinking about that day, whatever my goal is, I'm able to think about it, and then process it, and then I usually either use that photo I took right after my workout, or whatever that morning, or once I'm ready for work, I'll take a picture at work. But that way I'm brainstorming, and I know like what I'm gonna post about, and that way I can work on it, and think about it, when I'm on my way to work, once I get to work. And then bathroom breaks, lunch breaks are when I again work my business. So bathroom breaks, when I'm making my coffee, I'll respond to messages, or I'll throw up my post, or I use this app called Planoly that's been a game changer, and I'll talk about that in the inviting. But Planoly allows me to upload photos that I take, either on the weekend when I'm looking presentable, and I take extra pictures. I edit them, and I upload them to Planoly, and you're able to auto post your posts. So you're able to access it on a computer, type up your post. You can set the time from when you want it to post, and it will auto post for you, which is a game changer, especially if you're a nurse, because you can't really have your phone out, or at all really at work, even though people do. And it's just really helpful if you get busy and crazy busy at work, or even if you're a mom and you're like getting crazy busy, you have Planoly, okay? And like I said, I don't go too much into the whole insight thing of like what time to post and things like that. because you never know. Our markets expand to the UK. We're in Canada. Everyone's on a different time zone, so a lot of that you never know. Like your next, Amy or Rockstar coach could be living in California right now, and so like they might not see your post that you post like at 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay, or I'm trying to think of time zones, but anyway. So, but you really do have to commit to finding a rhythm that works for you. And so I don't watch as much TV anymore. Like I talk about it a lot in my stories and in my posts. I used to be a reality show and series junkie. Like I went through series like nobody's business, and I'd rewatch series like The Office, Scrubs, Grey's Anatomy, you name it. I just wanted to come home and veg out and just not think. I wanted to wake up, veg out, not think. So I swapped and gave up that stuff a long time ago. But I also just don't watch as much TV in the evening. We watch TV to wind down together, but like me personally, like I save that for a Sunday or a Saturday morning or a Friday night when I'm just I'll catch up on my shows then. I don't really watch them in real time anymore, Monday through Friday, because it's more important to me and more in serving me better to put my time into my business and work and Nate Monday through Friday. And then I'm able to do those relaxing, fun things or whatever, like, which honestly, now that I've learned to really pay attention to myself and take care of myself better, I find that I don't crave those things or need those things as much, like I still like to do them, but I don't need them as much. So you have to understand that sacrifices will have to be made, like to give up some of those time wasting activities like scrolling social media or scrolling Instagram. Like, you guys, 30-minute workouts are 2% of your day. 30 minutes. So again, 30-minute show that you're watching, or however many 30-minute shows that you watch a day, that is like, you could be working your business in those 30 minutes. You could be growing your freaking empire in those 30 minutes. You could be reaching out and talking to that next rock star coach, or somebody that is just desperately needing help in their own health and fitness, and you are missing it because you would rather just watch TV. Like, you got to think about it in that regard. So those are some of my time management tips in creating your own schedule. But I highly encourage you, and what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you get yourself a little planner. So I got this baby at Target. It was like maybe $12. No, cheaper than that because it's so small. And I love it because it has the month in the beginning, and then it has the perfect, like, it's something I can carry with me, which is something I really need, like to be able to take it to and from work. And that way I'm able to have space to kind of write down my tasks for the day. I have tried other planners where it has like the actual time slots in there, but for me it's just like too big and clunky. I had the High Achievers Playbook, which might be helpful to you, but for me, I just had to go smaller. So it's actually really cool. Like, if you do look at it, there. So it has time slots. So what you can do is you can block off like 7 to 8. You're going to do, or 7 to 7:30, you're going to do your invites. And 7:30 to 8, you're going to do your workout. And then you'll block off your work time. And when you get home, and like you can do, like, say you're going to check in on your lunch break with your challengers. You're going to check in on your coffee break, to your messages. Like, you can go through and you can get really specific and really organized with yourself. For me, like I said, simpler is better. So going with something kind of more in depth with like this actually didn't work out so well. So, and timers are really helpful, especially if you're someone like me that gets really lost in their personal development because they love it so much. And then before you know it, you've cut into that half hour of business building, inviting. So I like to set myself a timer so I know to cut myself off and like, nope, I need to switch gears now. Now I'm in business mode and I'm reaching out, inviting, that kind of stuff. So those are some of my tips. What I want you to do is I want you to either write it down on a piece of paper for now, or get your planner out, and I want you to map out your month, map out your week. You already know that we have a challenge group starting, so map that out. Map out when you've got work, block that out. Map out if you've got any family activities, block that out. Whatever responsibilities, curriculars, activities that you have to go, you have to do, put that on there. Put on family parties, all these kinds of things, and get really specific with the time, because I guarantee you're going to find the pockets where you're going to work your business, okay? And like I said, it all depends on what your goals are, but I promise you that an hour a day, like, you are going to make serious moves, but you have to be focused in what you're doing. You have to do the business building activities. You have to do the 4 vital behaviors. So you have to get in your workout. You have to, do your personal development in some way, shape, or form, and you do have to invite. You have to follow up. So we'll talk about that more in the inviting process, but just know that you have to do those things. You have to check in with the challenge group. That's part of your job. And I will tell you that being a coach is honestly where the transformation really happened for me. It wasn't as a challenger. It was honestly as a coach, because I became more accountable. I became more, like, I fell in love with the process of growing, of process of learning and overcoming and just evolving. Like, those are all things that happened once I jumped in with the coaching opportunity. And now it's like, yeah, it was it was hard for me too. Like, I used to forget all the time to post in the challenge tracker app, like, about my workout, my Shakeology. But now it's like I got a rhythm. Like, I know to do it, like, on my way out the door, or once I get in the car, I do it quickly before I forget, and I just get it done. So it's like you just are held more accountable, and therefore you're gonna be more successful. So it's a really cool way to also just, like, get better and just be better in your health and wellness journey. So I hope that helped, but I want you to block all that out, and I want you to figure out when you're going to work your business. When are you going to work those pockets? Find your pockets, and what are you going to give up? Are you going to watch maybe 1 episode a night and not 3 episodes? Are you going to just skip it and hold it off like I do to the weekend? Are you going to maybe watch the show that you watch together, save your shows for the weekend? Are you going to wake up an hour earlier? Are you going to wake up 20 minutes earlier, get your invites in over a cup of coffee before the kids get up? Like, when are you going to build your business? All right, so I want you to map it all out. Workouts, invites, follow-ups, checking in with your challenge group, okay? Team calls, put those on there. Put on our Getting Started Right call this Wednesday. Put on our Push to Get Emerald call next Wednesday. So those are all on Wednesdays. And just anything you can possibly think of, put it on there and get yourself organized. Okay? All right. See you later.